Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Atlanta Falcons Today. Mailbag video coming up later on this week. Do you have Falcon questions heading into week 1? If you do, go to below and use the hashtag Falcons. Ask any question you possibly want. Be subscribed, and I'll pull it, more than likely, if it's a good question, for one of our mailbag videos. Again, most likely happening at the end of this week. I want some questions, though. Go to below. Ask away. All right, jump to the latest Atlanta Falcons news and rumors here on a Tuesday, and there's a lot going on getting ready for the Philadelphia Eagles to come to town in 5 days, starting with left guard. Now, they haven't officially said so, but Arthur Smith hinted on, yesterday, Monday, that Jalen Mayfield, the rookie, is going to go ahead and start at left guard in for the injured Josh Andrews. Now, of course, we remember Mayfield was drafted out of Michigan in the 3rd round to be a tackle. He's supposed to be competing with Kaleb McGary on the right side of the offensive line. McGary obviously won that battle, thank goodness, and now Mayfield is being thrust into a guard position against one of the better defensive lines in the National Football League. I mean, I'm worried about this game, and I think a lot of Falcon fans are as well, due to the fact that Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave can, really go after a rookie tackle playing left guard on Sunday. Now, the Falcoholic has a really good write-up on this. I want to start with their quote. As of now, it would appear that person is rookie Jalen Mayfield, who the Falcons selected in the 3rd round of the 2021 NFL Draft. The NFL is all about overcoming adversity, and both the Falcons and Mayfield will have to do that right out of the gate. They would go on to say, if Coach Arthur Smith has his reservations, he's not showing them publicly. Quote, I've got a lot of faith in Mayfield, or Jalen Mayfield, Smith said during his Monday press conference, according to D. Orlando Ledbetter of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, end quote. Here's the deal. Can the Falcons slow down the Eagles from a defensive perspective? Yes, they can, but I'm very concerned for Sunday. I think we're looking at a similar situation to 2 years ago when the Atlanta Falcons went on the road to Minnesota and their offensive line got completely abused by Danielle Hunter and, of course, Everson Griffin. I think Philadelphia has a top 3 defensive line in the National Football League, and with a rookie at left guard and really just a lot of questions. Young guy at center, year 2 for Matt Hennessy. Jake Matthews is the one real rock on this starting offensive line. We're still hoping that McGary and Lindstrom can figure things out. I'm worried. I'm not going to lie here and say that, they're going to be just fine. No, Philadelphia's biggest strength is their D-line. Fletcher Cox, Javon Hargrave, Josh Sweat, you're throwing guys like Ryan Kerrigan and Brandon Graham. They're going to be sending everything they possibly can at Matt Ryan on Sunday. I hope he gets the ball out of his hands quickly in order to protect him, because Philadelphia is coming, and they're coming very, very quickly. Hopefully Mayfield can be, a bright spot, but if there's a weakness on the offensive line, we now know what it is. It's the rookie Jalen Mayfield. Now, I'm a little concerned. How concerned are you? What's your confidence level in the offensive line going into Sunday with this new, starting offensive line that we're going to see? Scale 1 to 10. How confident are you? 10 being like, we're going to be fine, Thomas, don't worry. 1 being like, I am super concerned. I'm at like a 4 in the confidence scale, but give me yours down below right now. I'm going to be reading all the comments. Now, that leads us into our next story here, and has what's having to do over the weekend in the cutting of Qadree Ollison, which is kind of weird, and the addition now of Wayne Gallman, who's, I guess, going to be the number 2 running back on this roster. Of course, really last week, Tuesday, the Falcons went ahead and kept Qadree Ollison. He was number 2 on their roster, and then Friday, they cut him. And they went ahead and signed Wayne Gallman, the former backup in New York with the Giants, and then, of course, practice squad, and then was just kind of a rotational guy with the 49ers last year. He was let go, and the Falcons went ahead and signed him. He's now one of only 2 running backs on this roster, because I don't really count Cordarrelle Patterson as being a running back. He's a hybrid guy. So it'll be Mike Davis and now Wayne Gallman as your 2 backs going into the Week 1 matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Arthur Smith was asked about this yesterday, and he had an interesting quote on the Gallman situation. I'll throw it up on your screen right now. Quote, it's obviously not the end of the road for Qadree. Wayne was a guy we thought we would want to bring in here that can maybe add something for us, certainly out of the backfield, or more importantly, on 4th down, so that was a big part of it. He would go on to say, quote, not to say that he won't at some point get carries, not to say that you can't put somebody up on practice squad that he can play here on this Sunday, so all the options are on the table. That was part of the reason we wanted to bring Gallman in here. Okay, here's the deal. It's a weird move. It's a head-scratching move. I don't know how great Wayne Gallman is, but it's very clear Gallman is better than Qadree Ollison. We were all hoping, including myself, that this would be the year that the 5th-round draft pick a couple years back in Ollison would break out. We've been waiting, injuries, lack of carries, and it's like, when is this guy going to actually perform? For everything I heard, and I started texting people yesterday when this happened, he never looked really good at training camp. This wasn't a scenario where he looked great, and they were just like, no, we like Gallman better. This was like, hey, Ollison doesn't look that great. I think Gallman's going to be a little bit better. Let's go ahead and bring him in. And so now you have a situation where you go into the Eagle game needing to run the football to neutralize that pass rush, and you have Mike Davis, who hopefully is going to be good. Again, get crazy here on Mike Davis, but now Wayne Gallman to be the number 2 running back as they, of course, mix in Cordarrelle Patterson as well. I'm not saying Patterson's not going to get carries or touches. I just see him more as a gadget player, as a special teams player, and not a true, I formation, hand the ball off running back in between the guard and the center. Gallman, again, in 2020, did have 147 carries. It's not like he didn't get a lot of touches up there in San Francisco. 6 touchdowns, 682 yards. I think this was an upgrade over Ollison. It just comes at a surprising time after you would figure Qadree probably thought he was going to be on the roster after he was not cut on Tuesday, but then later on was, of course, let go at, Friday, whenever they went ahead and let him go and brought in Gallman. Now, I want you guys to grade the addition of Wayne Gallman here on a scale in terms of A, B, C, D, or F. Is this an A move for the Atlanta Falcons? Is it a B move for the Atlanta Falcons? I'm going to go as I think it's a B-plus move. I don't think it's a bad move overall for the Atlanta Falcons. I think that he's better than Ollison, even though we wanted Ollison to turn out because we drafted him. But this was a very surprising move, but hopefully the right move made by Arthur Smith just a couple of days before the Week 1 matchup against the Atlanta Falcons. Give me your grade down below right now. Before we get into Kyle Pitts and our final story of the day, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channels. We're trying to grow it as fast as possible. Here's the deal. The more videos that we can create depends on how many subscribers that we have. The more of you guys who watch these videos, the more time I can spend on this channel to build it up and give you guys the latest and greatest Falcons content. But as we go ahead and continue to grow, plenty of great content is coming up. So make sure you guys go down below and hit the red subscribe button. Okay, final story here having to do with Kyle Pitts. So, of course, the Falcons, I think, are preparing to completely unleash the playbook, open it up for Kyle Pitts in his Week 1 game against the Philadelphia Eagles because they really hit him during the preseason. If they were not preparing to do some pretty unique stuff, they would not have only given him 1 catch in the entire preseason. That little rollout, in the backfield, 27 yards, you saw him do the rest. It was absolutely fantastic. Now, Philadelphia, for as great as their defense is, this is their weak spot. Linebacker is a place that they might struggle with in terms of going ahead and slowing down Kyle Pitts. And despite the fact their new defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, thinks he's going to slow down Pitts, I think Pitts is the secret weapon on Sunday for Atlanta's best chance at beating Philadelphia. Now, here's the quote from the Eagles' new defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, when asked about Kyle Pitts over the weekend. Quote, with Kyle Pitts, we watched all that college tape on all those DBs coming out, and he was a guy that was winning consistently versus all the DBs I was watching. And he jumped off the tape, and I was like, who is this guy? It's going to be a challenge for us to figure out, especially in Week 1, how they're going to deploy them, what are they going to do with them, and what it's going to look like. He would go on to say, we really haven't started game planning for them right now. We just started to watch some tape and haven't really gone against Arthur a couple years there where I was in Indy and he was in Tennessee. We'll have a good plan. So looks like they're going to try and figure things out. I'm sure they've done a lot more research than Gannon is actually letting on. Either way, Pitts is the best shot. Pitts is literally the Falcons' best shot on Sunday because as it currently stands, I think you're going to struggle offensively from a pass protection and run blocking standpoint because of how great the defensive line is in Philadelphia and, of course, the injury to Josh Andrews and starting of Jalen Mayfield. Here's what I would do. Quick passes on Sunday, get the ball out of Matt Ryan's hands very quickly, neutralize that pass rush, and not only can you hopefully Russell Gage and Calvin Ridley into the mix, but Kyle Pitts is going to have a lot of one-on-one opportunities against a lackluster linebacking core of the Philadelphia Eagles. I think if the Falcons are going to win on Sunday, Pitts has got to have a phenomenal debut, and hopefully there are a lot of number 8 jerseys in the crowd to go ahead and cheer him on. As I mentioned, I'll be there. I've said this before, I'm pumped for this matchup. I will be in the stand, section 141 of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Hopefully you guys are going to be at the game enjoying it, or at least watching it on TV, as I'll be taking in all of the sights and sounds and hopefully cheering on the Falcons for a big Week 1 matchup. But as I mentioned, you got to get Kyle Pitts in there, and you got to give him the ball early and the ball often, and he's got to go ahead and neutralize this defense and slow down those pass rushers. And I think, again, you can do that by doing a very similar play to what you saw in that Browns preseason game, where it was just very simply play action, roll out, 2-yard pass, and then let Kyle Pitts and the freak athleticism that he has run his way to a first down. And so Pitts, I think, is the secret weapon for the Atlanta Falcons going into this game. If they're going to win this one, it's going to be close. It's going to be hopefully a defensive battle, and hopefully Pitts is going to be the guy to break things open, as that's why they drafted him at number 4 overall. Okay, all time for today here on our Atlanta Falcons Today video. Although I want to take some time here to, of course, tell you how to get on the Mailbag video, because a lot of people are new and you're wondering what I mean by use the hashtag Falcons. It's very simple. Okay, Mailbag video next couple of days. I pick the questions from the comment section down below. Now, we get a ton of comments on these videos, and so if you want to ask a question, just type hashtag Falcons before your question, so hashtag Falcons, then ask your question, hit hit enter, and then I can do a Command F search and find your questions by searching my own version of the hashtag Falcons. So the hashtag Falcons just help me find the questions. You ask the question, and then if you're a subscriber, which is part of the whole thing, I then go ahead and check, and then I put your question up on the screen for our mailbag video. So it's very simple, but I wanted to come on here and give you guys just a little preview on how it actually works. So go down below, use hashtag Falcons to go ahead and get in on our mailbag video in the next couple of days, probably closer week to the actual weekend. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. Plenty of great content coming up. Just help us out and hit that big red subscribe button. All right, ultimate for today on Atlanta Falcons Today. I am your host, Thomas Miles. We go ahead and sign off. It's football week. Week 1 is coming up pretty soon. I'm pumped for it. You guys should be too. Hope you guys stay safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your day.